One. Okay. Hi guys, we are back. So we are literally
For the second time.
For the second time. Okay, so the first time didn't get her voice, but this time hopefully it is.
Didn't get her the voice.
You didn't get the voice.
Didn't get the voice.
You didn't get the voice. Don't. Anyway, so.
See how she threatens me?
Hurt her and
let it be known.
Hurt people. Okay, so we are here to give you guys a quick update. We are, it's been a while, but because we have been waiting for the contract from the Japanese agent that we are dealing with. Again, he does not speak English, so it's taking some time to translate the contract to get it back to us. And then we will still have to review and blah, blah. But yeah, so waiting on that, but just making a quick trip to China because we still have been doing our own research on how to move forward with our project. So we're here to meet some of our suppliers this time in Hangzhou, but we decided to stay in ShaoXing.
Yeah, which is in Zhejiang.
And but coming here was quite a journey because we had to choose between train or flights since we are coming from Hong Kong. And the two options, we had to do a little comparison, but on the train would have been 6.5 hours just for the commute. And then just going from where we live to the train station would have taken us an hour on the Uber anyway, which is the same time as going to the airport. And the flight was going to be 2.5 hours. So we decided to take the flights and
To save time.
However, our journey.
Yeah, so our journey, we woke up at 4:45, nice and early. Pack up, shower, wash our faces, the whole thing. Uber is already, scheduled by to pick us up at 5:10. We're on that Uber. Call my mama. It's her birthday, or an hour before her birthday in our time in Hong Kong, and a nice call. And then all of a sudden, it starts to just pour like typhoon, raining in the middle of the highway in Hong Kong, right by the airport. So now it's like a bit of a traffic jam to get into the airport. We still make it on time, no worries, we're not really stressed out or anything. We check in, even though we weren't able to check in before, what we normally try to do. I don't know why with Hong Kong Airlines, it just doesn't let us. No worries, we wait in the queue, we pass through, we go through the bag checks, and then we have to go through immigration. And that's where the fun begins. So we go past immigration, me always let the lady first. So she goes into this immigration barrier thing, and she just gets stuck in there. And she's just holding up the queue, everyone behind us. And I'm just patiently waiting, like a good boyfriend, And then she gets pulled away by the cops to like some other site. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? So I go through the barrier, now it's my turn. And I see her on the side, she's just sitting there like a bad schoolgirl, by the principal's office. I'm just standing there, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should go like a little bit closer. So I come, they ask me like, okay, are you with her? And I said, yes, of course, make sure that she's fine. And they drag us both back to the immigration office, which is somewhere in the back. And turns out this girl overstayed. We were there thinking like, oh shit, like what happened? Like, is she in trouble? But yeah, no, she overstayed the 30-day maximum visa days. But it's okay. She just gave them a nice little puppy look, like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm so sorry, kind of look. And then they were fine. They were like, it's okay. You just need to pay this amount of money and that's it. So just a little bit of cash, that's it. We pay it, and then they let us go.
But for a moment I thought they were gonna arrest me. But I just had to pay for the extension.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna give you more of a burn on the wrist, not a slap,
Burn on the wrist. Yeah, but it was fine. We just went through.
Yeah. So we went through, and then finally get to the boarding gate, like just as it's closing, and we get on the plane, which we're like sitting there, and then they tell us, oh, well, everybody, we have to wait 5 minutes. Oh, okay, now we have to wait 10 minutes because of the rain. Now we have to wait 35 minutes. And then we have to wait 45 minutes. So we're there total like an hour and a half just waiting for this plane to go. I mean, it's nobody's fault, it's the weather. It is what it is, but damn, those seats are uncomfortable. Yeah.
But only because they separated us on the flight. So he's sitting in front of it.
And also we were like half asleep.
Yeah, we were half asleep, we were tired. I went through a very traumatic experience. That was very good. But yeah, we were separated on the flight, so he was sitting in front of me and we were both in the middle seat. So it was very uncomfortable. Usually it's not, but because we had to sit there and stay seated for so long that my back was hurting me and it was just not comfortable. And yeah, we had to endure that, but finally went through the 2.5 hours flight. We were landing already and preparing for landing, going down, literally feel like we were just about to touch the ground, and then it just like went back up, and it just went like that, and then Nico was like turned around and was like, did you feel that? I was like, yeah. He's like, what happened? Anyway, it was his first time experiencing something like this, because I used to work for American Airlines, so I used to fly a lot, and that happened so many times whenever I was flying, that maybe the ground was just not ready for us to land, so they just took off again, basically. So we landed and took off immediately after, and arrived at the airport finally. It was a very, very busy airport. To our surprise, there were a lot of Russians. So I'm thinking that the more north you go in China, the more Russian influence there is, because even the immigration officers were speaking basic Russian, which was surprising for us to see.
More Russian than English.
More Russian than English, yeah. And so Nico had to do this whole immigration form thing, QR code, went through the queue, went through the officers, and then finally got down to exit. It was, I mean, I didn't have any expectations of the airport because I'd never been here before, but it kind of felt like North Korea, you guys. Again, I've never been to North Korea either, but it's got that feels. Got out, finally, had to take another hour on the Didi app, which is Uber here. Finally come to ShaoXing, which is Nico's birthplace in China.
My birthplace in China, my China birthplace, which is a little bit different. I was not born here, but this is the city where I came to, where everything for me kind of started. I had traveled through a bunch of different countries to get to, like through Asia to get to China, including like Russia and Mongolia, just to visit my friend. And well, yeah, he was here teaching English, and I visited him while I was living in Europe in those days, but I didn't go back since then, really. I came and I stayed. I fell in love with Asia itself, I fell in love with China. And ShaoXing is such a beautiful place with so much history. It's very quaint, very cute. I mean, look at this like nice, quaint little scenery.
A lot of canals.
A lot of canals, a lot of small little houses, just 1-2 floors. And yeah, I spent like maybe, the first time like around a year here, almost a year, and just got to know this place, got to enjoy what it is to be in China. And it's one of the lesser known for international travel, but inside of China, I think ShaoXing is well known for its like yellow wine. Yeah, and it was amazing to be able to come back and to not change. It's too historical to change this place, so they keep it the same way, and like you can still navigate. So one of the first things we did was like go and eat like these noodles that I used to get all the time. The shop is still there. It's a mom and pop shop. The noodles are delicious. Yeah, it's still the same taste that it was 10 years ago, So then we took the taxi. So it's a little bit far away, like almost like an hour away to get to the factories. So most of the DD drivers don't really want to bring us there. Electric cars can't even go up there because it's kind of far. There's no EV chargers. And finally we found someone. We're a little bit of frustration, but they want you to basically pay them back their ride, which is it's understandable. Like they're not going to get any customers up there in the middle of nowhere. So finally we went up and we met Lancelot.
Just Lance.
Lance. Okay, so Lance. Met Lance. Very poker face guy.
Yeah, straight to business.
Straight to business. No handshaking or anything. He's just like, okay, let me show you this stuff. So we went and we saw the cabins, try to get a feel of them, try to understand the sizes, the height, the inside what it feels like. Touch the materials as well, which I think is a very important step for us. We know a lot about the procedure, but we needed to feel it. We need to understand how those cabins actually feel and where we can make it better and make it feel more like a home than a plastic toy, or a metal toy. So that was really important. I think we walked around the huge warehouse with like human feces all over the floor, dried up. Kind of weird, but I mean, also not surprising. It's where this culture sometimes they have these things. And so we just met with Lance, And then what else happened? I forgot.
But I think mostly because I was the one talking with Lance the whole time during this visit because he doesn't speak English. And so Nico was the one really just going around by himself to check out the place and the materials, the cabins by himself. And I was more there to talk to Lance and just asking more questions. We had already prepared some questions that we wanted to clarify with him. So I was more responsible to get through these questions with Lance alone. And when we sat down to talk about the design and talk about the price, he did mention that it's whatever we want. He was like quite chill and say, whatever you want, we can do it. You just have to let us know what you want.
Yeah, but at the same time, every time that we kept adding questions, he kind of sounded like he didn't really have the time for the questions, you know?
Yeah.
It was like kind of like pulling teeth a little bit with Lance.
Yeah. But I mean, I was telling Nico from the beginning that this guy is not from sales. Like, he is not there to initiate conversation. He's not there for you to buy more. He's just a design person. He's an engineer. No offense on engineers. There's no stereotype, but he's an engineer. He's not there to sell you stuff. So he's just telling you about what the structure is supposed to be like, what design they can do, what materials they can make, and giving you his advice. He was just a very get to the point kind of guy. You ask him questions, he will give you the answers on the spot. Not much creativity, but whatever you tell him, he can.
Straightforward man, just like his face.
Yeah. No, but I mean, to me, overall, the feeling was just that, which is, I think, what we prefer anyway. Get to the point and give us answers when we ask you the questions. In the end, when I was still, because of who I am, I still tried to haggle a little bit. He was still very open to negotiation, but not to say that, everything is negotiable, but he would just want us to have the design ready.
Yeah, before we go into any negotiation, exactly.
Right.
Know exactly, don't just talk numbers without knowing exactly what we want. Yeah, actually, and then, so for me, I was just kind of like on the side, just spectating this, but also spectating the way that they fabricate the houses. And then we went.
Then he offered to drop us back, which is very nice of him.
And that's where you start working your magic, you're doing all your people magic thing, where you get people to crack open, no matter how difficult or hard they seem on the outside. And all of a sudden, now this guy started talking. I actually wanted to have a conversation. I don't know what they were saying because it was mostly in Chinese, but all of a sudden it was real conversations because you started asking me about my personal life to tell it to him. And I was like, okay. So he's human, he's not a robot?
No, he was very nice actually. I think it's maybe just out of that workplace environment that he started asking questions. I knew that he was already curious from the beginning because he was asking where Nico was from. Anyhow, I mean, he's a guy. But he's also quite young, had his child when he was only 25, so he's always thinking about making money. He was saying that he envied our lifestyle because he seems so happy and careless and worry-free, and I'm like, okay, right. But it's all about
glad to give that impression.
Yeah, glad to give that impression, but no, that's not the case. We all have our own pressure, we all have our own worries, but it's how we handle it. But anyhow, we had a very good conversation, and to be fair, I thought this whole trip has been quite fruitful if we're gonna get there. I thought it was all very easy up to the point, up to now. I mean, going to the factory, even though it was a long day, but going to the factory, having a conversation with Lance, all the questions that I had, that I could have, was really just all thanks to Nico's hard work doing the research and providing me with that knowledge without me doing the actual research. So I was very grateful for that. Having a conversation with Lance, it was just very easy for me to just go with the flow of the conversation and asking questions along the way because I knew what we wanted, thanks to his information that he gave me. And it was also easy for me because I wasn't there just to translate. Just coming from an immigrant background, I've been translating for my parents ever since I was 11 years old. So it wasn't like that. It was just more letting Nico know what we were talking about and not translating word by word. Immediately he knew what we were saying and what we were talking about, what we were explaining. So there wasn't much that I needed to do on the side to make him feel more involved, because I feel like he was already involved in all the conversations that we were having, because you were the one that gave me that information, so you knew. Right. How did you feel about the business trip?
I thought the business trip was very useful, even though it was for not that much information, but the information that we needed to get was more important information. There's so much information like regarding what we can do and the timing and the costs, which can be done over messages. But feeling the materials, feeling the height, feeling the space, feeling is something that you cannot, even with a 3D render, you cannot get that feeling. So this was really valuable for us, and I think it was really worth it. Yeah, it was really worth it.
Yeah, it's really just going along as what we expected, I think. Yeah, we were just feeling a lot more prepared. I think, for me anyway. So he dropped us back. He even tried to treat us to dinner, but I mean, I didn't feel comfortable for him to do that because he was already dropping us back. That was a huge favor already, and I think we had a nice conversation. That was it, and you know, we would still stay in touch, and it's still something that we would definitely be in contact with. But he even mentioned that if he is ever in Japan, that he would want to, you know, link up. But yeah, we could do that. You know, making friends where we go. So we stayed on the street with food.
We went to eat some stinky tofu.
Yeah.
Then Judy smelled like stinky tofu the whole night. Yeah, it's a delicacy from, well, not from ShaoXing, but they really like it here, and they have their own version of it here. Really like the one actually in ShaoXing, but I prefer it more than the Taiwanese.
To me, it's just a lot saltier. I think people prefer saltiness
It's
here.
more cheesy.
Maybe. But yeah, it was something different. It was different. It was more gooey, maybe. More gooey, crispier. The Taiwanese one, I mean, this episode is not about that, but the Taiwanese one inside is just more spongy, but here it's just more crispy all around.
Yeah.
And yeah, the sauce is also saltier.
Yeah.
I think they focus on that a lot and spicier. Maybe in Taiwan they try to cater to the foreigners more, and here they just come as you are, take it or leave it. And most people take it, you know. And so we had that. We also had some local food at a
It was
restaurant.
fine. It was okay. And then
Just not impressed.
and then a couple of desserts.
Yeah, a couple
Little
of
bean
desserts.
desserts.
Yeah, little bean
Yeah,
dessert.
and that was it. We still have a lot of things to do regarding now getting all the information for Mr. Lancelot.
Just
and send it to him and have now a real conversation about estimates and be also realistic about our expectations. So that's where we're at the moment, and we're gonna have to then find like the prices and then see if we can negotiate things and take it from there.
Yeah, I think we will just do another video to update you guys on the upcoming updates that we get from these people, including getting the contract or getting the quotation from these guys and any of our ideas if they have changed. But for now, that's it.
That's it, guys.
That's
we're gonna go enjoy ShaoXing and get some more food and let you know how that goes.
Yes. Okay.
Bye bye.
Stay tuned.